Namaste and hello everyone. We are currently at Chandragiri Airport in Jhapa and welcome to this vlog where we explore Eastern Nepal and Darjeeling, which is in West Bengal, India. So let's get started. We took a city auto from airport to Charali, and that's the place from where we get this public transportation to Illam. And here we are on our way to Kanyam. However, the drawback of this sort of public transportation, unlike the buses, is that they don't move unless the seat is full, and especially when you are traveling during off season and there aren't much tourists around, you have to wait a lot of time for them to get their seats filled so that they can move. There is some power in the beauty of eastern hills of Nepal that makes you forget every bit of lamentation and frustration you had while you had to wait for the passengers in such high heat of Jhapa. The beautifully beached road, the majestic mountains with pine trees in the forefront makes every bit of this journey worth it even before reaching the destination. And finally, we are here at Kanyam. The soft wind passing through my hair, the typical Nepalese attire, and the hill slopes, all filled with tea plantations and greenery everywhere. This place literally felt like a piece of heaven on earth. We clicked some pictures, had some videos, made some memories, and then we had to leave Kanyam for Sri Antu because that was our destination for the evening. Again, we booked a city auto and then made our way to Sri Antu. Once we arrived at our hotel, we had thukpa for snacks and then made our way to Antupokhari, which was in just 2-minute walking distance from our hotel. And here we are with our another cinematic shot because we couldn't resist the impulse to make videos. And this place, it felt like miracle once the sun started going down and the tree plantations, the pine trees, the beautiful cottages started reflecting over the Antu lake, Antu Pokhari. This place felt like those Google images we see of like Switzerland, Europe, and keep on our bucket list to travel one day. So I was here in Nepal, eastern Nepal, exploring this place first-handed. The next morning, we woke up at 4 and left our hotel by 4:30 to see the sunrise from the sunrise viewpoint. But this was the condition. It was pitch dark. There was not a single person on the road. However, we found a guy to give us company who was also going to the same place and a dog. So they accompanied us through the road, the forest, and we reached Antu, Sri Antu on time. But the weather was not quite accommodating. We could see some light, some brightness in the sky, but inside the forest it was still dark. But now there were more people accompanying us through the road. We're also on their way to see the sunrise. We are finally here at the tower at the right time, but this is all the view that we can see. It's cloudy and we can see bits of rays coming through the clouds, but not the sunrise. So we came down the tower and looked around for whatever views that we could see from the place, which was Lipcha and some parts of India, Siliguri, and then made our way downhill to our hotel again. So this is the view that you can see. The river is dissecting Nepal and India. Now we are rushing downhill back to our hotel through the same trail that we came up. Our journey downhill was much interesting because there were tea plantations everywhere in the side, and the layers of mountains, the layers of hills in the forefront, the beautiful cottages with amazing flowers in our way through the road. We had missed this part in the morning, partially because it was pitch dark, and partially because in the back of our head we were thinking that we would miss sunrise, and we were just concentrated on that one thing, that we missed all the things that existed in the road. And as we walked through the roads, we could see these clouds that were passing on our way. They were coming in and going out, again swooping in and swooping out. So though we could not witness the sunrise from Sri Antu, that it's quite popular, but this view of clouds playing with the forest was not any lesser. And just as we arrived at our hotel, it started raining like cats and dogs. And I'm not a particularly a tea person, but the weather was so cold that I had to rely on tea to warm up. And this is how it started raining. We waited for the rain to slow down, and then after some time we left for Pashupatinagar. As there was no direct transportation to Pashupatinagar, we took a transportation to Fikal, and from Fikal we had to take another van. We spent around 4 hours in Pashupatinagar and had some Nepali lunch, and then for that evening we decided to make our stay at Darjeeling because it was just around 1.5 hours away from that place, and we could also experience the Queen of Hills of India. So we decided to make that move and left for Darjeeling. And as you can see, the roads are again filled with pine trees, and there is this fog coming in and going out, which makes the road more beautiful. And here we have arrived at the Queen of Hills, Darjeeling. You know, it's Darjeeling when you can see a toy train just passing by you on a road, and there is honking of the train, and you can also see steam engine with coals being loaded by people. So this is Darjeeling. For now, this is the view of our room. It's quite foggy, so you can't see anything. As there was not much insight from our room, we decided to take a stroll around Darjeeling and see it for ourselves. So the first destination, like any other tourist, was Chaurasta, which is the one of the popular tourist destinations of this place. And the roads that led to Chaurasta was very artisty, as I would say it, because there were pictures painted in the walls. The streets were paved with blocks, and there were clothing shops and restaurants in both sides of the street. And as a Nepalese, you seek momo everywhere, and Darjeeling is one of the places in India which is quite popular for its momo. So here we are with our vegetarian momo in Chaurasta, Darjeeling. It was not as good as I expected, but it was okay. It was like better than other parts of India, like Delhi or Mumbai. You find better momos here. For us Nepalese, places in West Bengal, especially Darjeeling and Sikkim, feel closer to our heart as compared to all of India because you can find Nepalese people here. Nepalese, in a sense, not of having Nagrikta, but looking like Nepalese, speaking Nepali language. Their official language is also Nepali. Food is Nepali, and even the Vanubhakta statue, as you can see in the video, it's established in Chaurasta for being, the Adikavi of Nepalese literature, and people really appreciate Nepalese language here. They're very proud of it. And then we went to explore a few market here in Darjeeling. After walking a few minutes from Chaurasta, you can see this church here, and in the side, this is the market of Darjeeling, the local market. It's exactly in the Gorkhaland Territorial Administration building. It's called the Mall Market. And as you can see, the weather is starting to clear up. The sun has come out, and you can also see the bits and pieces of Kanchenjunga Peak. Once the sun started to come out, the market looked more vibrant and happening, and the people also started to come out on the streets. So we decided to go to Chok Bazaar to try the famous aloo mimi that was all over TikTok. We found this pure veg place where they offered momo, thukpa, and aloo mimi. However, he was about to complete it. It was almost about to finish, but he managed to make two bowls of aloo mimi for us, and we were trying it for the first time. The taste was good. It was okay. It was not that spicy and tacky, but it was okay. So, exploring the Chok Bazaar, we headed towards the toy train station to witness the toy train. And here it is. Don't get confused, this is not the typical steam engine train. It is a train run on diesel. So, it's not the steam engine. Those are the steam engine across the road. Yes, this is the steam engine train. People load coal and they boil the water and it generates steam and it operates on that energy. You can see people putting in coal and the fire is burning inside the engine. So we decided to have an early dinner and settle in our hotel and get ready for tomorrow. So first of all, we went to this mart where we got a few snacks and a softy ice cream. Then we had some biryani and then went into our hotel room, sat in the window and witnessed as the sun set, reflecting its beam on the Kanchenjunga. As the sun set, the Darjeeling city became more vibrant and lively with houses and streets, nooks and corners lit up with lights everywhere. And there was this aarti going on in Mahakal temple, and there was Quran being played in the nearby masjid, and this reflected the true essence of unity in diversity. Though we had missed to witness sunrise in Sri Antu, here we could witness the reflection of the sunrise in the Kanchenjunga peak and how the mountains changed color from white to yellow to orange to red. And this is the view of Darjeeling city from our hotel room. As we had to reach Bhadrapur that day itself, we left Darjeeling at 6 a.m. in the morning and it was already sunny and bright that day. The weather was very clear, so all of our road journey was filled with scenic view of mountains and hills and what Darjeeling could actually offer us, unlike the previous day where everything was covered inside the clouds and fogs. After around a 2 hours journey in the mountains of India, we could finally see Siliguri lying in the plains. Finally, the steep twists and turns of the mountain road was over, and we could again see tea plantations everywhere for as far as our eyes could see. There was greenery everywhere, and yes, we were in Siliguri. It was 8:30 in the morning. We headed directly to City Center Mall, and for obvious reasons, it wasn't open yet. So we decided to go to Starbucks and grab our breakfast there. And later on, we did some shopping and headed our way back to Nepal. And just like that, our trip to explore Eastern Nepal and Darjeeling came to an end. Thank you for being with us. Bye bye.